guys, it's Nikki. As popular request to do a neutral look like my last video, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I completed that. Now, I do have my contacts in that, but everything else you should be able to do. If you have any questions, let me know. And don't forget, say bello, which means you're beautiful. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get right into the tutorial. Went ahead and changed into one of my heavy shirts. Cleaned my face with one of my face scrubs, and then I'm now hooked on Pharmacy, the Deep Sweep. It definitely cleans a lot more dirt than I thought I had on my face. I highly recommend BoxyCharm. It was this month's base model in it. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my glasses because I can't really work with it. And I also removed my lip ring. For this one, I figured it'd be a little bit easier. Sometimes I don't remove it. For this one, I did. So I'm going to go in with the Unique primer. I got this and I've been really happy with it. I changed from my MAC to this one. I just like how it feels. Just going to go ahead and apply some. I usually do it in my areas where I have like the most noticeable pores. Just kind of put it everywhere. Alrighty, there we go. Give that a second to dry down just a little bit and then move on. So on my last video, everyone really wanted me to do a tutorial on how I made that look. So that look I used, let me find it. Alrighty, found it. I'm using the Pure 4-in-1 tinted moisturizer. I used it in my last video and my first time using it. I got this one in my BoxyCharm box and I was surprisingly happy. First time ever using a tinted moisturizer. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to go ahead and take a damp beauty blender. For the first, I don't know how long, use these without wetting them. You have to wet them. That is my biggest telltale. I want to make sure everyone knows. Wet your beauty blender first. It works way better. So I'll go ahead and put some on here. And then do the dots. And then work it. So this one is more of my summer tone. I've been pretty pale so far because of winter time. But I could make this color work for me even though it's definitely not my winter match. All right, got my first layer on. Now give this a second to dry down a little bit. I've noticed I can build on this, which I'm pretty happy about, because right now it's a pretty light to medium coverage. As you can see, you can still see some of my pink, little blemishes and whatnot. But with the second layer, it'll definitely help. Kind of feel it's just a little bit tacky because it's still drying down a little bit. Not terrible. So we'll go ahead and put on another dot. Now I run it down my neck just a little bit. I'll even just add just a tiny dot. And and just blend into my neck, especially because this color isn't quite my color anymore because it's not summer. But I will still run it down, blend all over. Alrighty. So go ahead and put this bad boy away. This kind of dried down a little bit. Now let me see. Also in my video, I use the Jeffree Star Concealer. I'm actually surprisingly happy with the result of this, as if I can get my other stuff out. I also am obsessed with the Tarte Shape Tape. This is my go-to. I'm getting pretty low, as you can see. Gonna have to order some more, but don't mind my messy hair. That is after this happens. So go ahead and mix, and I do triangle. Now I'll show you why I put so much under my eye here in a second. Alrighty. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's why I have beauty blenders. Also run that bad boy down your nose. I put a little bit on my forehead. I don't want to emphasize how big it is, but also with concealer, I do a line above my jaw. My jaw is right here. I want to do it right above. So that way when I blend it in, it creates nice highlight to where it has a more defined jaw, I've noticed. So I take my wet beauty blender, use this on my face, use this nice angled in my eye. So I also conceal my eyelid and just above my brow. So that way the highlighter really pronounces it, because I want to add a little dimension for my eyes. All right, forehead. Sorry. And nose. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's show this. See, it automatically gives me a contour, especially because this foundation doesn't quite match my skin tone. But adding in this line here, a little bit darker here, it already starts the contour. So that way when I put on a little bit of my powder, it'll make it look good. Alrighty. Do a little pull and blend. Alrighty. Bring it up into the eyebrow bone. All right. Definitely adding that emphasis on your eyes. Alrighty. I think we're pretty much blended out. So just a little bit more. Let's just blend it in this area just a little bit more. Boom. So that way all that's left is our main contouring areas to do. And then I always cut my jawline because I have a double chin. So super normal. It's okay. Don't be ashamed. We love makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and I have the new Luminous Jeffree Star Translucent, and it is amazing. I love the smell of it. So let me go ahead and open it. It smells amazing. So I just open it, shake it a few times, get some product down. Ooh, definitely give me a lot, but that's okay. I give a pat in with my Beauty Blender on the flat side where we originally did the contour. So take this, dab off. Okay, so that helps set the under eye and kind of make sure that that white stays popping. Because if you put a standard color, like normal powder on this light spot, it'll literally soak up the color and you won't have as much definition. So I always do more of a translucent powder, so that way it really sticks to the contour or the concealer color. Okay, don't be afraid to have extra powder on it. It's just baking and soaking up all the powder, so that way it's more of a seamless finish. Let's go ahead and run that down the jawline. I'm just gonna add just a little bit more. Oh, don't mind me. Never be afraid to overdo your powder because you could always blend it in. So, go ahead and close that bad boy. And then I have the Jeffree Star Fair for my complexion. It's the next shade above translucent. Let me open this again. Shake some out. Okay, so for this one, grab my brushes. Take a nice fluffy brush. I will use this brush a lot, but dab it, shake a little bit off, and start blending. Okay, so before, I always contour after I put my setting powder on because I'm always afraid of going too dark. So my cheat is I put my setting powder on first and then contour after, because I use powder contour so that way it doesn't soak in. Okay. Okay. As you can see, pretty seamless, but you still have your highlighted areas. And I still let my eyes bake for a little bit longer while I'll contour. So, if I can get the lids to close. Alrighty. I am going to take my Tarte palette, the Pro Glow On The Go. I love this one. I keep this one definitely on the go. I have a bigger one, but I've been using this one. So I'm going to take the same fluffy brush, just dab it off a little bit. This is why I wear my husband's shirt, so that way I can ruin his shirts. So I just take just a little bit, blow off any extra, and then slowly, super lightly, just start to blend it in. Sometimes if you want a more cut, squish it, and then apply. And then after you're done, let it be fluffy, blend it in. Don't be afraid of how it looks, because I go in with a second brush to really buff it out. So, squish, cut, alrighty. Now I'm gonna go in with my more compact, thick bristle brush, big fluffy. So I usually go in on the corner like that and cut a line for my jaw. Back in. Cut a line for my jaw. And then start the fun part of blending. Blend and drag. I may have done that one a little dark, but don't worry about it. Because I'm going to show you how you get away with blending this into your more natural color. So, do... And we're back. I went ahead and blended a little bit more. But sorry about that little BFF emergency. She wouldn't stop blowing up my phone, but I'm back. I'm blended in pretty well. Looks a little crazier in camera, but no worries. So the way how I fix it being a little dark on my neck is I take some like regular powder. I have MAC, Studio Fix. Go ahead, take some of this bad boy, swirl in the same one. I love this brush. And then just put it along below your main line and slightly blend. And then go up after you don't have as much product and just blend it in smoother. Another swirl. Alrighty. So now that we got that done, neck looks better. I still have my defined area. Let's smooth out just a hair. If you ever feel like your setting powder and your contour powder is a little too, just grab a little bit of hard powder and just blend it in. Alrighty. Now that our eyes are pretty much finished baking, let's go ahead and pull it off. Blend it out. Alrighty, so you have a natural line. I am going to darken mine up just a tad. I'm always super worried that I'm gonna make my nose a little bit bigger than it already is. Sorry, I'm blind without my glasses. I'm gonna go ahead and grab kind of a thin but wide brush. Go back in with my contour. Pulling just a tad on there and just do a nice line on like a 45-degree angle of your nose, so that way it kind of makes it look a little bit thinner. Just a little bit more. It's always easier to add product than take it away. That's what I always say. Do a little on the nose top. Alrighty, and if you ever feel like it's a little too strong, go in with the brush and pack it down.